Progress.
I'm gonna start the recording. All right. So this is the intermediate advanced course or education session. Really, I want to, yes, oh, I can't minimize because I'm recording. All right. So really, I want to talk a lot on just making sure that everybody understands the main three things that I utilize in, there's three main things that I utilize in my trading. And those are that consist with price action. So that's the fib. The fib is like my go-to tool because it's like a ruler. It's a tool. It's not, it's not an indicator. It's not anything like that. But if anybody knows anything about Fibonacci, they call it the fingerprint of God. Everything, in a lot of things in nature, has the Fibonacci. It's a Fibonacci sequence. You can study about it. It's really a phenomenon. Our body is made up of Fibonacci numbers. Just, so on and so forth. I don't want to go into that, but so it's a great tool to use, number one. I also use, I'm doing everything within price action. All of my indicators, I try to do utilize leading indicators versus lagging. Lagging tells you after the fact versus leading telling you what's going to happen or what's indicative of happening. So all of my indicators or the codes that are put into my indicators are based on leading indicators. And if it is a lagging indicator, I have manipulated the code to make it into a leading indicator. So I use a lot of information. I use fibs. I use my Quantum FX Pro just because that's like my Swiss Army knife. So I know some people are, don't really like to trade with indicators and things like that, but I just want you to know that my indicator is based off of leading indicators, and I use it as a tool to see. I don't use it to, make my entry. I use it based on all of the knowledge that I have. The other thing that I use is price levels or, support and resistance. And there's different support and level, support and resistance theories. Some are based on levels, some are based on order blocks, some are based on pivot points. But they're all forms of support and resistance. And so, double tops, double bottoms are the same as support and resistance to me because it's just a place of where price is coming back to a previous support or resistance. So those are the three main tools that I use in all of my strategies because they are all based on price action. I use them individually or combined. So I'm going to go, does anybody have any questions before I go into more education, more in-depth education on how using the tool, how we use the tool in order to incorporate some things. I'm going to do some actual teaching today with this class, if nobody has any questions right now. Okay, take that as no. All right, let me share my screen. And I don't know what's on my screen when I share it, but I'll figure it out. Okay. Okay, Tradeovate. I'm not going to go in there today. Let's go into TradingView. All right. So everybody is very familiar with TradingView, I'm sure. Is there a particular, take this out. Is there a particular asset that anybody would like me to do an analysis on so you can just see how I do analysis based on your asset? Because my indicator works with every asset, so it does not matter what asset. So I want to be able to show you that this tool works with every asset. I'm taking everything off, just so you know. Anybody have a particular asset that they're interested in me doing the analysis on?
US 30.
US 30? Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to remove all of my drawings that I have on this. All right. So I'll tell you how I start. And this education is going to be for just so you guys know, based on position trading. So I have position trading and I have scalping. And those are two different mindsets and two different trading styles. So when I go in and do the analysis is for both. It doesn't matter because it's just an analysis of that asset, but I trade that analysis differently depending on if I'm scalping or if I'm doing what I call a position trade. Okay, so what I like to do is I put my Quantum FX Pro on, but I remove everything off of it. I don't have anything checked off, right? So this is the basics of what is standard on there. And I always move this can be moved around the screen. I move it to the corner. So I always do that. And I'm going to start as far up as the monthly, right? So we already know that, most trends, most stocks, options, whatever you're trading is moving in an upward trend. We know that. So your monthly is generally going to show a monthly trend. But what I like to see on the monthly chart, what I'm looking for is, did it break support and resistance, which it did? And did it come back to retest, which it did? This big one candle came back to retest, right? And the reason why I want to know if it broke support and resistance, because I want to know, does it have a previous area that I can look to see in the past that it's come to, right? So that's what I want to see on the monthly chart. That's pretty much all I want to see. So I know it's come back and it's broke the previous level here, this previous resistance level. It broke it. And then it came back and retested and continued up, right? So I know that this is a pretty, this in the last, since November around this time, September, October, November, it's pretty much been going up. It had a pullback, but it's still steadily on the rise. The other thing that I want to see is I pay attention to the current candle. The current candle is a bearish candle, right? So that's letting us know we have some bearish movement. So I look at those are the two things that I get off of the monthly chart. So then I go down to the weekly chart. And now I'm going to look for the same things, right? But I'm going to get a little bit more detail with that. So what I see is that, yes, it came up where that rejection candle was that we saw on the monthly. It's because it's had this double top, right? Had this double top here. It came and broke this double top. It broke this last resistance area, but it had a huge rejection here. So more than likely, that's why we're having rejection right here. So it's telling me that this is an area of rejection. So for me, if I'm looking at trading, I'm going to put position trading just for information purposes only, because we don't trade off of here. I'm going to wick up this whole area here and know that where this last blue to here. I know that this is all area rejection. This is like a rejection area. So for me, if I want to say that this is, and this is a weekly, so it's not, it's not something you trading off of, but unless you're a swing trader, I know that, it needs to make a good decision above or below this, right? So I just put that there for reference purposes. I may go in and in the text and put in that this is the weekly, just so I know what it is, right? So that's what I'm going to do there. And I may put on there to only show this at the weekly level, the visibility, only show it at the weekly level or above, because I don't need to see it on the lower charts, right? So then I go to the daily. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to show that on the daily. I don't want to see it on the lower charts, but I do want to see it on the daily. All right. Oops. So, wow, isn't that amazing? We get to the daily chart. Do we see that my indicator showed you it just broke this resistance area? So it broke that double top, but it still got rejection here. Still got rejection here. And we need to see what is it going to do right now. This current daily candle, show this a little bigger. This current daily candle is rejecting here, but I'm going to hide this for a minute. Let me take it off the daily for me. So if we look at this here, this is technically a break. This is a break of, if this was the, this is the double top. So this wasn't really a double top. It broke the double top. It had a candle that closed above it. So this invalidated the double top, but we still got rejection here, right? So we go to look at levels of where it could reject to. Now, when looking, we want to look for white, then blue candles when looking, for rejection at the bottom. You see that here, and you see that here, and then you see that here. So because these are areas and not a specific line, I draw boxes rather than lines. There's one there. There's another one here. And then there's one here. And then I'm not going to draw this one because it already does it for me. So those are all areas that price can come down to based on the daily, right? And so I would simply, I put daily in those so we know what we're dealing with. And this is just giving me information. Right now, I'm just trying to get information on what price is doing on this. This is all to give me information. This is how I do this once a week. And just update it, as I need to update it. If I'm position trading, I have been concentrating on scalping, but this is based on position trading, right? So, and I'll tell you why I've been concentrating on scalping later. All right. So then I go there. After that, I go down to my 4 hour. Now, 4 hour, okay, David, I must have it selected to, yeah, it's not showing. I want these to show. So now I'm going to go down to my 4 hour. And I'm going to look and see, as you can see, pretty much around where I have my boxes is the same where that the indicator is showing, which is why I'm doing this to show you guys, but it's why I don't have to draw the boxes. My indicator does it, just so you know. But I'm showing you guys how I would do it if I did not have an indicator. This is it. So as you notice, if you notice prices come up, where did it hit? Right at the edge of the box. Right at the edge of this box that I hit. So this is why I do this. It gives you the information you need to know how to trade this asset. So if I was in this trade and even, as it broke out, it broke into this box, and I say, for instance, I had indication from a lower time frame that it was going to keep going up. This would still be my TP area because I know that there's going to be resistance here, because based on the daily, this is an area right here that it would have to break back into this right here. Because when you have those single candle resistance, that white candle is a single candle resistance. Those are very strong areas. Okay. So that's that. I then continue down. So I know my 4 hour, I'm starting to get, get some idea of where price is going to go, what it's going to do, what type of trade I'm going to go into. So then the next place I'm going to go, I go all the way to the 1 hour. Right? I go all the way to the 1 hour, drop all the way down to the 1 hour. Now, if I was trading this, right now where it stands, I'm looking at the fact that prices went down. It just crossed above the price line and it went right into a resistance zone. Before I make a decision to enter this, now remember, this is a position trade. This is not a scalp trade. This is position trade. So I have a entry, a exit, an entry, and probably multiple take profits, and a stop loss, right? So right now, if I'm doing this blindly, I'm not using my Quantum FX Pro. I'm not really sure, should I get in the trade? Should I exit the trade? You would probably say, I'm going to exit this trade after it breaks outside of this box or after it breaks out of this area, because you see that this is this is the order block. Basically, this is what this is based on this over here. So you want to wait to see it come out of the order block and maybe go up. That's how you would trade that. If that's different strategies that people might trade it. Now, I'm going to show you a little something different based on my strategy, based on using the indicator. So I'm going to give you the trend strategy first. I'm going to show you the trend strategy. You basically go on here and you're going to click trend strategy. This is the alert and this is the potential entry. So you're going to click both of those. You also want to click the support and resistance levels because we want to get that sniper entry and we want to figure out where's the best place to enter, and the SR levels are going to tell you where you have support and resistance issues or concerns are coming up. So as you see here, the first time you got the alert, and this is the alert, is this blue, this teal colored box is the alert. The alert is a signal within itself. The rules state that if you have the direction, you've gotten the change of direction in your favor, and then you've gotten the alert followed behind it, you can't enter on that. But it is the more aggressive trade. So you want to have a very close stop loss, that type of thing, right? But this is the alert. This is telling you, hey, come back, look at your charts. There's a potential entry coming up, right? And I'm sorry, I should have been on the 4-hour anyway, because I don't take an analysis below the 4-hour on position trades. Sorry. So actually right now you don't have an entry yet. I'm sorry, I should have said that. Now, if you want to trade, for me, position trades are over days because I don't have time to watch it. I'm not trying to watch a position trade. A position trade for me is me catching a reversal. That's what I do. Now, you can trade this, as you saw, you had a position, an entry on the lower time frame, which is the hourly. That's more of an intraday trade. You could take that as an entry signal. So you would have your alert here and your entry signal here. So once this candle closed, you want to look at, did it close above price line? If it's close to price line, you want to wait. You want to go to, you want to do this anyway, but it closed by this price line, which is gold, the golden line. And it closed by this major support resistance area. I will always tell you to wait another candle if it closes, or to go to a lower candle if you're in position trading. So based on that knowledge of it being near this line, this entry closed near this major support line, I'm going to go to the 15-minute. So I'm going to mark this candle because that's my position candle. And then I'm going to go down to the 15-minute. So what I'm looking for on this 15-minute is the same thing that I looked for there. So I want to see that I've gotten a signal, right? A signal to entry that is above the price line, right? I want to wait for it to come back and test this price line or this signal, test this signal. And then if this is where it came back and tested it. it did not break this line. So because of that, I know that I can enter here. So this would be my entry based on this. This would be my entry. My stop loss on this, if I'm trading the hour, right? If I'm trading the hour, this is how I get these really tight stop losses. It's going to be a little bit below where my signal candle was. But you can also do it below the low, which was the lowest candle, which is here. A little bit below there, right? And that's almost a 1, you know, it went almost a 1 to 5. There's different ways, different strategies that you can decide to trail it. But I recommend starting with the 1 to 2, 1 to 2 right there, which would be there. And then after the 1 to 2, because look at where your 1 to 2 is. It's right at a major support area. So you could also even do it to that support. So that's why I use the SR levels. If you're doing an intraday trade, right? You can there's also other strategies you can use. You can trail it by so many different things. That's what I use the trade manager for. So I could just simply leave it and forget it. And let me show you. Pop it up here. Get the trade manager. Okay. In. Okay. Super. So this is, if you go to the trade manager and you go to new trade, this is what we call the better trader. If you it's like MetaTrader, but better trader. So you go here, I'm just going to pick up an account just to show you. This is your trade manager. So you can go in here and once you come up with your strategy and you say, okay, I want to enter in with this lot size. I want this to be my take profit and stop loss. And I want it to do these things. So for instance, if this was my trade here, let's just say this was my trade. And so I'm gonna put in, this is my entry. I want to enter at 40870. We know it's not going to let me do it because that's not where it's at right now. But so you would say, I'm going to do, oh. Okay. So US 30. Oh, it's not called US 30. This one here is called U30 USD. Okay. So it's called got US 30. I'm doing a buy. My take profit price is, let's see, I'm doing it 2 to 1. So that's 41,015. I'm just showing you guys how this would go. Oh, that's my take profit. I'm sorry, 41,015. My stop loss price is 4810. It gave you your risk to reward. It's saying it's 0.15. That's because it's basing it off of market entry right now. I don't know why it's doing that. And I say I'm gonna do a 1%. It's actually, once this blue lights up, it's ready to go. It's doing it off of market entry right now. That's what it's doing it off of. Let me move this out of the way. 410559. Yeah. So, but what you can do, this is really what I want to show you. These are the two, this is where you enter the position, but these are the two places that allow you to manage your trade. So you can do a trailing stop. This tab is your trailing stop. So you can say that after it goes 20 points in profit, every 10 points, I want you to move my stop up 5 points. And it will continue to trail it after it goes 20 points in profit. Every 10 points, it will trail it. It will move your profit up 5 points, every 10 points. So that's how you can keep your profit. And you don't have to worry about the trade. You can leave it and forget it. You also can create based on threshold. And that could be based on absolute, which is a price, an actual price, or you could do relative to something else. This is how you could put in a break even. You can say, I want you, when the price moves 2 points, when the price moves 2 points into profit, I want you to move my stop loss up. I'm sorry, when it moves, I'll say when it moves 5 points in profit, move it up 1 point. And then when it moves 10 points in profit, I want you to move it up 3 points. And then when it moves 15 points in profit, I want you to move it up 5 points. And then it'll do this. And then when it gets to 20 points, it's going to do this. And it'll continue to do that every 10 points. So this is how you can get it to manage your trade from the beginning. So literally, when you put this trade in, you are able to leave it and forget it, period, point blank. In addition to that, say you want to start your position small, say, I'm not sure about this, this analysis or if it's right. So I want to test it out. And I only want to go in 0.25, right? But if this works out and everything starts, I got to redo that. When you go out for this, you have to redo this. But when it goes, if everything goes well, I want you to stack my positions. Every time it goes 20 points into profit, I want you to add another 0.25. I want you to multiply it 1 times the original size. So that means it'll add another 0.25 position in. And you can tell it, I want you to stack it after every 20 points, I want you to add another 0.25. And every position that it adds is going to use the same method of trailing stop with it. It's going to use it. Every position that it stacks is going to use the same trailing stop with it if you have this highlighted. And you can say, I want you to stack it until I get 5 positions. So 5 positions would be, I want you to stack it. So I need to add 4 more. So I want you to stack it until I get to 40 points. So that's, because you're stacking it every 20, that's 4 more stacks that's going to come in, 4 more positions for a total of, at the time, you would be in 1.25. Or I'm just going to say 100 points, and then I'll be in 1.5, right? That'll be the total lot size that you'll be in, the 5 positions. And then if you take our masterclass and you learn the hedge strategy, which will create an opposing position, say, just in case it starts to get away from me, what I want you to do is to put a hedge in. It's not going to get away from you if it starts to stack. So this is only if you put it in and it never gets to 5 points, basically, because you already have your break even here. It's going to exit you out. So if it never gets to 5 points, right, where it puts in your break even, because you want to leave a little bit. The reason I say go move it 1 point into profit, because you want to leave a little bit for commission, right, for our fees or something. So if it never gets to 5 points, then you can utilize the hedge strategy and say, when it goes 20 points against me, I only want to allow it to go 20 points against me, or 10 points, or however many points against me. And I want you to add an opposing position. It's going to open that same 0.25 position at 20 points. So, and then, you can come back and alert you can put an alert in your trading view that says at, whatever that 20 positions is, alert me if it gets to this point. And then you can come in and you can then utilize the hedge strategy to get out of that trade and break even or in profit. And that's a strategy that I'll teach in the masterclass, but it is available for the trade manager. So the trade manager will go in and literally manage your whole entire trade. So I was speaking with, someone about, about, I'm sorry, I didn't have my chat up. I was speaking with somebody about how can I leave the trade and go to sleep at night? This is how, because it literally does everything. And so this, when you come up with whatever information you put in this is actually your trading plan. So when you come up with your trading plan and you say that I'm going to enter when this happens and this happens and this happens, and how I'm going to manage that trade is when it I'm going to trail it by this many points. I'm going to, put a stop loss in at this point. Whatever that is actually your trading plan. And so when I created this, it was created for the purpose of aligning with your trading plan so that you can, Forex is meant to be freedom. You can work in your purpose and you can let the trade manager manage your trade, manage your money. You go and do your purpose. That, again, my whole platform is about purpose, about getting you out of survival mode and into purpose. And this is how you don't have to sit in front of the computer all day long managing your trade. The trade manager does it for you. When you put in all of this information, and I'm going to go back, and then you can save these settings same way. You can save these, they're called presets. You can save these settings. So you can have a setting for NAS, for NAS buys, for, US 30 buys, you can have a different trading plan for each asset, because we know each asset moves differently. Gold, you might want to use pips instead of points. If you trade a Forex, a currency, you're going to have pips instead of points. You're going to have different numbers, a different trading plan based on the asset that you're trading. And this allows you to come in here pretty quickly. Soon as you see a trade available, you can go in pretty quickly and just set it and then leave it and forget it, going about your business. One thing that, in the beginning I used to do is I would, wait until it goes into one of these profits, and 5 points is nothing for an indice. That's why I really don't worry about it. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, once it, especially after it, I think I said 20 and then move every 10 points, move up 5, especially once it gets to here, I'm really not worried about it. Because if nothing else, you're not going to lose any more than, so you've went 5 up here when it got to 20, it moved up. So you're 5 points in profit. And you can change that. You can tell it, at 20 points, it's going to move, stop up 5 points. So you'll be 10 points in profit by the time it kicks in here. You're 10 points in profit. So even if it comes all the way back down to 10 points, if it never gets, because the next time it's going to move it up again, it will be at 30 points. So even if you never get to 30 points, you've made 10 points of profit that's been protected. You get that? So this is what this is like if I'm doing position trading, this is why I can throw that trade in. I only worry about big trades, and I usually have more space in between or whatever, because I know that especially if I'm trading an indice, that you need space, or if you want it, but you can use it for anything. You can use it for intraday trading if that's the way you want to do it. You'll have smaller areas in between here where it's trailing it, so it's moving, it's keeping your profit. It's keeping your profit as you go through the day. It's keeping your profit. So you don't have to worry about that. You throw that trade in and you go on and do what you're going to do. So anybody have any questions on anything I just did?
Quick question. So I heard the instruments, can it also be used for crypto as well?
Yep. It's great
Okay,
with Bitcoin.
perfect. Thank you. Ooh.
Tell me about the yellow line. I thought it was a moving average line.
It is a moving average, but it's a proprietary blend. It's not the 200. Remember, everything that's in this Quantum FX Pro is based on my proprietary coding. I coded it. I did all of that. It's a blend of a moving average and a wave oscillator. The same thing with my histogram. So I coded it to not just be because what I'm doing here is in my strategies, when price is above, it's when you're okay to take a buy, and when price is below, it's okay to take a sell. So that's the purpose of the price line. That's why I said it's kind of, it's based off of the same theory as the 200. A lot of people use the 200
Right.
as an EMA to trade off of, but it's not, I can get, it's not the 200.
Where does your sniper comes in?
I'm sorry.
Your sniper, where does that come in?
Oh, that it's not open yet to everyone, but that is for, so I'll bring it up and show you guys that. Not a
Okay.
problem with that. Let me go and find and let me get it.
How much you-
All right. Let me move this stuff, all right. So my Sniper FX is, it can be used on any, it's for an entry. It's really based on the, getting that sniper entry. And so how it's utilized is, if I was trading this particular, this was my broker, then I would, if my broker is on trading view, because you want the sniper to be, if you don't, how am I going to say this? If you want the sniper to be on the same broker that you're trading, because this is based off of momentum, fibs, the EMA oscillator, Elliott wave oscillator, and is based off of some RSI is thrown in there as well. So because it's showing you momentum, mostly momentum and current price action the movement of current price action, if you're going to use it for your entry, you want it to be on, like, we can chart and off of any broker's chart. Like, you can use Owanda, like I'm on Owanda. My account is not Owanda, but it doesn't really matter because it's not that different. It's still the same movement. But when you're using the sniper, you want it to be based off of the broker that you're actually trading with to get the best results. If you don't have that, then you want to use it in conjunction with an RSI set at 10 for smaller trades, for scalping trades, and you can set it at the standard 14 for position trades. But what it's doing is it's going to give you the best entry for the position that you're using, for the position that you're getting into. And so it's based off of that. So like, for instance, you can see here, when this goes, it's at the top. And when it starts to come back into this red zone, right? These are fib levels. So the same, these are fib levels here. This is my 38%. This is my golden zone, 650 to 61. And this is my last line of defense. So same thing here, same kind of thing, fib zones, that's what it's based off of. And so when you see it coming back, like it's coming back through the last line of defense, and it's turning from green, this is like really green, green to, I'm trying to see, dude. So yeah, it's kind of like a yellowish, but it's really supposed to be green. And it's coming from that, and you'll see it start to turn like a orangish, brownish orange, and then it gets orange, and then it'll go to red. And so it's a gradient colors. So as it goes from this green to this kind of orangish brown, if you can see this here, that is giving you your sniper entry. So when it starts to come here, which is this point right here, right? This is telling you at this close, you can get in. That's what this is telling you. You can get in, and you can take this all the way down till it gets here. It's really meant for scalping. But it can also give you the best entry if you're on a higher time frame as well. But it's not, but you use it just for your entry, and you manage the trade with either the trade manager or based on the TP, if you're doing a higher entry based on the TP or whatever, whatever your exit strategy is. Because there's a lot of different exit strategies. You can do it on the TP, you can do it on a trailing stop, you can do it on whatever that exit strategy is for you. Again, this is not about you trading my style. This is me teaching you how to use the tools to trade your style, because you want to be able to trade where you're comfortable when I'm not around. That's the point of all of this, is for you to be, I can teach you, most people teach you how to trade my strategy, their strategy. I'm not here to teach you that. I want to show you how this tool can help you with your strategy, because you're going to be most comfortable with how you see it. Because I can see the chart. I can see all kind of stuff on the chart that other people can't see. You know, some of it God inspired, some of it from, my knowledge versus your knowledge. Everybody can see something different in the chart, which is why I was explaining earlier, we have buyers and sellers looking at the same chart, but perceiving something different.
Mhm.
We
Okay.
kind of talked about that last night when, Jay had said, like, how did you see that? Because I saw something totally different. That is the market. And that's why you have buyers and sellers looking at the same chart. Because that was almost my thing. Like, okay, if we're taught the same stuff, then how do we have the seller on the other end? When I see a buy, how are you seeing a sell? But that was shown last night in the last class. That's exactly what happens. And as you watch this, and this is a higher time frame. Oh, shoot, what did I do? Oh, I'm sorry. What did I do here? Okay. As you watch this continue to go down, right? It's out the way. Even though, you see this blue candle coming up, forming, you see the rejection wick at this other end, you still see it going through the golden zone, still continuing down. So it's telling you that unless it turns up, you still good to continue down. Don't be thwarted by this. See how it changed, it turned, but you know that you want to not use just one confluence. That's one thing, right? Because look, it goes back and forth. And we're on the 15-minute right now, but you want to also look at your candles. You want to know, why am I struggling? I'm struggling because I'm at a major pivot area.
Yeah.
Like I was speaking on earlier, you don't just take one thing and panic and jump out. You don't want to do that. That's how you mess up your account. You give it some time to, because everything has to breathe. We inhale and exhale, so you have to give it a chance to breathe and wait and see, is it going to make a lower low, a lower high? Then, is it going to make a higher low, or is it going to continue on to make a lower low? You have to give it some time to breathe on that, especially knowing that if I look here, look at how much area, look at this resistance in this area over here. It never broke above it until right here. That's a double top. That's a double top. And one of the things I teach in the double top strategy, just going to take this off really quick, is I'm going to just show you guys this really quick. From here to, this is the low, pretty much. Yeah. Let me just do this line here just to be sure. Yeah, this is the low here. So if I did this from here to here, right, I started to get rejection right at the 50%. So remember, I told you guys last night, if it breaks below the 50%, it's generally going to continue down at some point. We don't know when, but it will generally continue down. If it cannot break this 50%, it makes what's called a cup and handle pattern. And I'll show you what a cup and handle looks like if I can find the tool. Oh. So this would be the cup and handle. This would be the cup and the handle. So that's the pattern that it makes if it doesn't complete the double bottom, which you would know if it broke below this 50%, it then makes a cup and handle. It'll come here, and then if it breaks the cup and handle, it'll continue up. I'm giving you guys a lot of nuggets, in case you don't know. So, but look at the cool thing about my tool. It's telling you You still got some more downward movement to go. Don't give up on it yet. That's what the sniper is for. These 3 areas are the main areas you want to look for. So you want them to break and close, below these areas or above these areas. If it's going to go back, you want it to go back into that area before you make a firm decision. The other thing you can do is you can continue down to a lower time frame and see where it's at on that lower time frame, right? Has it started to turn back up on that lower time frame? This is the 5-minute. I was on the 15. Is it continuing down? Do you see any areas of resistance or previous double tops, double bottoms that it could go to? If we look here, we see this is an area here. And then the next one, it would be around here. So these are ways that you can go in and say, okay, I'm going to wait and see, does it cross these areas? And remember, this area right here is right at that 50% point. All of them is showing you confluence. That's confluence. When you have different indicators that are indicating the same thing, that is confluence for you. So that gives you more confidence to stay in the trade, to exit the trade, to do whatever it is, to make that decision, a sure decision about the trade that you're going into, you're already in or whatever. So that's what the sniper is for.
Looks good. She looks good.
That helped you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah, all right. So anybody have any questions about the position trading? Position trading to me is like the easiest trade because of the trade manager. Once you get an alert, pretty much you check out you check out the rules, whatever those rules are according to your trading plan. You check out those rules and you set it and forget it. You're done. You're done. And you don't have to worry about going in with a large position because you can stack. And you don't have to worry about stacking. Like, it will do it for you. So it's easy. So I think it was Jay that asked me that question. It's like, that's position. I don't even think of like the position trades. I don't even think about at all. So I had said that I was going to tell you why I've been focusing on scalping trading. So as you guys know, you guys are the advanced group, so you've been trading for a while, or more than others. I'll say more than the beginners. Regulations have changed drastically. And so it's caused a lot of people to move to either the crypto markets, the futures markets, the options markets, because there are not a lot of Forex brokers. Because basically, and I'm going to put this in a nutshell, what happened was the U.S. said to these other brokers, these global brokers, because it's a global market, that we want you to give us information not only on your U.S. clients, but also on your clients that are not U.S. residents. And of course, they said, no, we just won't serve your U.S. brokers because this is a global market and it's just not only U.S. residents. We make money off of, all the other countries besides the U.S. So they bailed out. So that's why a lot of brokers do not give access to their services to U.S. residents. So have a couple of choices here. You can get dual residency, which is not a lot of option for most, or you can trade a different type of asset. And so that's the reason for a lot of people moving to options and futures. In my opinion, this is my opinion, it's not financial advice, this is my opinion only. Futures is the most closely related to trading futures is most closely related to trading trading Forex. The main difference is you can't put in a buy and a sell in the same asset. Like, we can put in multiple buys, multiple sells in the same assets. And other than that, they don't use lot sizes, they use contracts. But what that does is it gives you, pretty easily, one of the things with Forex currency, you kind of would get confused in calculating how much your risk is and all of that. you know that a contract that's worth $5, you got 10 contracts, that's $50 a tick. You know what your loss is going to be. You know what your profit is going to be. It's very easy to calculate. That's one of the good things of it. So, you know, contracts come out every so often. You have quarterly contracts, so you got to get familiar with that, but it's not really a big deal because it coincides with price. Doesn't really matter. So that's the closely related. So futures is one of the things that is an option. They do have regulated Forex brokers. There's not that many, but they do have like TD Ameritrade, Oanda, and some other ones. Those are the two major ones I know. I'm not recommending any brokers. I'm just giving you some names because it's very few that are US regulated. And as we know, it is now against the law to trade as a US resident with an unregulated broker. They can give you penalties and fines and all of this stuff. So to keep us all safe, we want to make sure that if we are trading Forex, we're trading as a US resident, we're trading with a regulated broker, number one. If not, you do have the option to trade futures. Futures, how futures work is most brokers, they're still regulated, like Oanda does futures and all of that. So you can trade with them. The downside to trading with a US regulated broker is what I consider a barrier to entry for lower economic individuals. Same with the stock market. The stock market for years has been there has been a barrier to entry for people that do not have a lot of money to invest. Stock market requires you to have a minimum $5,000 to $10,000 of free money, what I call free money that you are able to lose, because we all know there's that possibility, to invest in the stock market because of just how it's set up. Futures doesn't necessarily require that type of that amount of investment, but they do have what is called a lower leverage. Your leverage is generally 50 to 1 or lower, depending on what you're trading. So in contrast to Forex brokers that if you started trading a few years back or more, you're looking at, 500 to 1. So that means for every dollar that you put into your account, they're going to give you $500 worth of trading money. So that makes a huge difference when it comes to your lot sizes and what type of profitability you have. So not to say you cannot trade Forex, you can, but you must do it with a regulated broker, which will require more of an investment from you. So for me, what I have decided to do, and this is my personal opinion, this is what I have decided to do. I have decided to use a futures prop firm that I have vetted very well, and that trades, in the live market. One of the lessons that I will teach you about later on is about Forex brokers. There are different brokers, there are A, B, and C brokers, and then there's AB brokers. But there's a difference. And basically, if you know anything about Forex, you know that Forex is not traded in the live market. Period. I don't know if you guys knew that, but Forex, the previous brokers, were not traded in the live market. You have to be on a big institution to have Forex in the live market. All of those brokers you're trading on their server, their platform. You are not actually in the live market. One of the things about futures is there are prop firms, and I know everybody's kind of have their own opinions about prop firms, and that's why I say the one that I use is vetted. And the thing that I like about them, and there's several out there that does this, we're not the only one, or not we, it's not me, I'm not affiliated with them either, but they do move you to the live market. Futures is in the live market. So when you go through the evaluation, that's on their server. That's a demo account on their server. You're showing them that you can trade before they give you their money. Then you go into a live account, right? A demo, but live account where you're able to earn money, right? So you're able to earn money the first 25,000, and this is with the person I trade with, the first $25,000 that you make, that's 100% yours. No split, no nothing, 100% yours. After you make 25,000, then the next whatever amount you make, it's a 90-10% split. 90% goes to you, 10% goes to them. And they also will move you up, from anywhere from from 1 month to 3 months when you go through their internal validation, they will move you to the live market, but definitely after 3 months. If you've had your past account for 3 months, they move into the live market. And I'm gonna tell you what that means. Being in the live market, you have maybe heard of some people who have not gotten paid out by prop firms and all of this stuff. But that's because whenever you trade with a prop firm that's not in the live market, you run the risk, you're trading against them. Because every time you make money, they lose money because you're trading on their server. So when you make money, they lose money. But with a prop firm that trades in the live market, they have no loss. They have no risk because they're going to get the money from the banks and the institutions to pay you because they're trading in the live market. So that's one of the things that I want to teach you guys about brokers. If no matter what firm you're using, whether it's a broker, a prop firm, whatever, you want to find out, are there A broker, a B broker, C broker, if they're doing Forex, and they're an AB broker. AB brokers are what I'm talking about. They have both server accounts or demo accounts, and they trade in the live market. So that's what what I would recommend is an AB broker, because that you stand a better chance of making sure that you get your money that you've worked so hard to trade to get to earn. The other thing you want to look at is how much is it costing me to invest in this or to take this risk? Because everything you do is a risk. So you want to watch for the prop firms that are costing you a lot of money. They can go all the way into, $1,600. I've seen them go that high. I've seen them go higher even than that now that I think about it, but they can go pretty high. I'll just give you, for instance, the one I use they're generally anywhere between 70 and 90% discount all the time. All the time is anywhere between the 70 and 90% discount all the time, which means that the highest account, because I only trade with the highest level account, and that's a $300,000 account. They're anywhere from between, they can go as low as $20 to about $60 an account, which is not a bad investment in my opinion, for me. That's just my opinion. Don't take it as, you have to make that a judgment for yourself. But what I will say is one of the bonuses in joining this challenge is our community trading at night will offer you the opportunity to work that account and to trade that account and pass that evaluation. I passed my evaluation in 3 days. I think most people here believe me, but I can show you, I think I have it saved somewhere just in case. Let me just, I got all this stuff. I think I have it saved here. Oh yeah, I did. I copied and pasted it, and hopefully y'all can see. Let me do it, landscape. And I trade 10, at this time I traded 10 accounts at the same time. Just so you can, oh, that's not what I'm looking for, landscape. So you guys can see this. So I think everybody can see this pretty well. Oh, if I can move this stupid thing out the way. But you can see the last day when I passed it this was based on September 3rd. $300,000 accounts, you had to make 20,000. Shows you how many days it took me to pass, what the balance was at the end of me passing. This was my target, and showing that I passed all of the accounts. And I only trade one account and copy trade the rest. But just showing you that it is possible with my sniper. I use the sniper and some other things, but we do this at night. I have what I call a risk tolerance of $1,000. I mean, a trade goal of $1,000. As long as I make $1,000, I'm okay with exiting a trade when trading with them, because they have what's called a trailing balance. And so, and we can explain more later in another class because we're really over. It's 9 o'clock. But so yeah, so that's how that goes. You're welcome to join. You don't have to join. You can trade your regular account. You can trade whatever account you choose to trade, but we trade we do community trading at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where you can actually trade your live account or your demo account. And it's my hopes that you guys will catch on to this and will trade on your own with the perfect setup. But if not, you always have, you'll at least have 30 days of trading with me once a day that you can go on and propagate your account with, propitiate your account, grow your account with while you're trading with me. Because we literally I can't say click the button, get in the trade. You guys know that, right? I can't say that. I can't give financial advice. I can't say that. But if I say that, I'm looking at an entry. This is an entry. Just know, like, this is an entry I'm taking. That's all I can say. I can't say, I can say I'm getting out of this. I can't tell you guys to get in and get out. Just so don't be like, do I get in? Do I get in? Just know I can't say that. All right.
Just mute us when you're getting in.
I'm sorry.
Just mute us when you're getting in. We got you.
Oh no, I'm
I know,
literally.
I'm
trading my account so you can see me clicking the button. So if you don't get your trigger ready, I don't know what to tell you, but you better have your trigger. And I say, I'll be having my finger on the trigger. Like, you will see my little mouse ready to go. So you already know, I'm telling you. But I wanted to show you, Flynn, how we're showing. It was showing up around here. Remember, it was showing resistance up around here, but my sniper was telling you to keep going down.
Gotcha.
Where it's at. Just want to show you that. Just want to show you how awesome it is. So it's not just, it's just, so because I know, like, this morning, they was like, how are you staying so calm? Because I just know. Just know. So you don't panic, and that's what we do. We have to know that he's with us, and we got this. And that's it. Some things is just a trick. And look at right where it's having, that it had that resistance right at that line that I created. This is that line that I created, based on, I don't know where I was at. I think I went down to the 5 minute, but those were areas that it had to break. I think, it was the 5 minute. Yep. Look at, and you're having that resistance right there. And that's what I want to teach you guys, how to do that, how to see that. You see that resistance right there. If you were scalping, why would you stay in that trade? Just wait. You see, look, my signals is telling you, look, you got a signal here. It's going down, right? So just wanted to show you, see your confluence is starting. You did have green here. Now you're starting to get red. So all of it works together. All of the knowledge works together. Just wanted you guys to see that. Anybody have any questions before we log out of here?
No, but I want to show you a board I have that I wrote on. I don't know if you could see what it says.
No.
I'll read it for you. It says trading with a purpose. And call to profit, seed in the ground. So I have a nonprofit in Ghana and Malawi that I sold seed in the ground. We got land and we plant crop for those the disadvantaged.
That's awesome.
God told me that I should trade. So being here, I'm just so touched because I was divinely guided here.
Amen. That's amazing. I don't know if you've seen my quote yesterday in the KXC Hub, but it talks about, it's not just about money. It's about making a difference. Learn how to trade with purpose. If you go into KXC Hub, you'll see the post from yesterday that actually says that in there. Yeah, it actually said that post. So it's talking about that trading, come over and let us help you learn how to trade with purpose. So, yep.
Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I love that.
Quick
Any
question. Can I get one more email? Just one more email with the updated links. I'm
Yes.
struggling. I'm struggling.
Okay, so look, let me show you guys. Let me show you. You're
And
in,
so,
I know,
and what was easy today? I did
I
go to
know
the
you
hub and I found it in there. Okay.
oh,
I don't need the email. I don't
you
need
don't need,
the, okay.
you sure?
Because I remember you saying, I guess it was yesterday to go to the hub or it was, okay, and I was able to get in. This morning I
did
was
you
going
get-
to the emails and I was looking to get in and all of them said a meeting
Here they are.
going or
Yeah,
yes.
I missed it. Then
Mhm.
I sent you a text and then I found it. I was like, where is it?
Here's the links right here, you guys. I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
I'm
Yes.
gonna separate out the 6 p.m. one because I made the mistake there, but I'm gonna put the 6 p.m. one here. But
And
here's the quick one.
where is the
Oh,
nine?
does that help everybody?
Yes. And
Yeah,
tonight,
for the intermediate. Oh,
tonight?
Okay, go ahead.
Do we trade tonight? It's
We do every day, Monday through Thursday, 6 a.m., 6 p.m. is community trading. But
okay.
I'm gonna separate this out. It's
Okay.
another link. It'll be a 6 p.m. link.
9 p.m. my time.
and then
Okay.
if that for the intermediate, will you put the time on there as well? I know it's 8 a.m., but it's
Okay.
just
It's still okay, no
yes.
problem. I'll do 8 a.m. But
Please.
I'll put the
Thank you.
days too because it's Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I'll put the day, I'll change that so you guys will be very clear.
Okay. I mean,
So
I'll be
that's
here
where
today if my schedule permits. I just know, yeah, I got it.
if not, it's
However you
recorded. Don't worry, it's always going to be recorded. And you guys know
Mhm.
it's on the YouTube right here. Everything
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this
Yeah.
is really the resource place to go to. If you
I'm
go
on it.
here, this is where you'll find everything really easily.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to go. So, and this I want to show her, where did I say? Purposeful trading. Success is not just about making money. It's about making a difference. Start trading with purpose today.
Amen.
So,
And I always say making a difference where it matters most. That's mine.
okay.
I think.
Mhm. And I'll always post in here when the videos are available. So
Awesome.
whenever the video is available, I'll post in here and I should have put the AM PM which one was posted, but I didn't. So I'll make sure that I'll put in there. But whenever another video is available, I try to put in there as well. So you guys know.
Wow.
Got it?
Thank you. Yes.
Any other questions? Nope. All right. Well, you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. I am going to go and eat. I haven't eaten yet, and I've been up since 4 o'clock. So
All right.
Thank you.
Sure you will.
Appreciate
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do
All
have
right.
a question,
Okay. I don't
a
know who's talking.
personal question. Have you
Yeah,
made
okay.
your withdrawals yet?
Say it again.
Have you made your withdrawal? You
Apex?
just,
Yes, I have. So
okay.
Apex allows you to do up to $3,000 a day. I mean, I'm sorry, twice a month. I'm saying a day. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. You could, I
Wow.
mean, they do it twice a month. They only do it twice a month.
Yeah.
The 15th and like the last day of the month with the person I work with, and I shouldn't have said their name because I'm trying not, I
Right.
don't want,
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to think that it's about, affiliate fees,
Right.
referral.
Right.
Really not. Trust me,
Right.
I make my money from trading. Like it's really not. But the worker is worthy of his hire, so we don't want to forget that either. But my whole thing is they let you take it out on the 15th. They have been around for 50 years. The people that I work with have been around for 50 years. And in the last 3 years, they've paid out like 50-60 million dollars. So, and it's shown. So they're old account. They're not like some of these new, ones that look all fabulous. They kind of look old school. But they are vetted, tried and true. And what I was gonna say,
Well,
they're
somebody was,
also very affordable. They're very
well,
affordable.
I was,
So
yeah.
my thing is
They-
I can risk,
yeah.
I buy Starbucks. I can risk $40 on a chance to
Right.
make millions.
Well, they
Wow.
were saying in the, I looked at watched the lady said she went through everything she was supposed to have done, and they didn't pay her out, or they wanted her to write a letter and show her trading plan. It was like all these hoops and she said she did all of that. So it was like, well, I don't know about this company. So that's all my thing is,
Okay. So this is the thing. When you go through the videos, you'll see one of the things that they don't allow is they don't want windfall, what I call windfall trading. Meaning a lot of people, because you have to trade a minimum of 10 days. Like they have rules. They want you to trade a minimum of 10 days because they don't want you to have like, oh, you made $10,000 this one day and it just was luck. And it wasn't, they want consistently profitable traders is what they want. And so, I mean, I can understand that when they're not in the live. If you're just like, if I just signed up with you and, remember I told you, that's why I wanted to explain to you guys about being in the live market versus being with the broker. You only can take out $3,000 for the first 3 months, $3,000 each time. So on the 15th and the 31st, whatever the dates are, I think it's like the 10th and the 20th, something like that. But you can put in to take out 3,000 at a time for the first 3 months. But you still can earn as much money as you're earning. You still trade, you still keep growing your balance, because what that does is that makes them move. You want to move to the live market as soon as possible, is what I'll say. Because when you move to the live market, they don't care about paying you out because they're not paying you. They're not paying you. So you got to think about it. I mean, I'm going to keep it real with you. It's business. And so they're, while they're testing you out and you have this windfall, they're looking at it like, okay, did she copy trade? How did this come about? They don't allow copy trading. They don't allow algorithmic trading. They don't care about the news or none of that stuff. They don't have where you can't trade 2 minutes before, 2 minutes after. They don't have none of that. But they're really about consistent trading. And so for me, that's why I use I trade the way I trade. I'm making $1,000 each time I trade. So my trade is the same trade every time. So they know that I have a strategy, that I have a trading plan. She probably had, you got to look more in detail to when people give you this information. I'm not saying to not believe people. I'm saying like you want to ask questions like, what did they say was the reason they denied it? So you could look at their rules and their policies. Was she in conflict of their policies? Because if they're telling her what it sounds like to me when you said they told her to show a trading plan, is that she had a windfall trade, meaning that she just had, her average trading wasn't, it wasn't the same. She wasn't, maybe she made a big profit one day and wanted to hurry up and pull the money out. I don't really know, or maybe she, because some people make one big trade and then they go in every day and do just a small trade because you have to have a minimum of 10 trading days. So they go in and do a small trade every day just not to lose any money, but that's not really trading. And really, as a business owner, if I'm in the business of, loaning you money to make both of us money, to benefit both of us, is that really fair to me as the business owner? And I just ask people to think about that. Is that really fair to me as the business owner? If I'm saying, okay, we're going to work together as partners, I'm going to give you this money and we're going to make both of us some money, but it's going to take, it's going to take about 60 days before I can really, see that you can trade in the market. But I know you need some money before that 60 days. So I'm going to give you a little bit of your earnings, in that first month until I fully trust you and can put you in the live market. But it's not fair for them to come and take everything out if we're in a partnership, because that's what it's meant to be, a partnership. And that's what you want to do. You want to be a good partner. So we want to be good stewards as well. We want to be fair. And so I just think that you got to look at it on both sides. And yes, there's definitely prop firms out there that do, ridiculous things. Some people that I've worked with that I couldn't believe that I even knew the owners, that I couldn't believe that they did, and so I'm very particular about, that's why I don't want to give any names out. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to give any names out. But the reason that I'm more willing to get, if people ask, who do you use or whatever, but I'm going to make sure I give that disclaimer when I give them the name, that the reason I do that is because it's $40 to $60, at the highest level of account. is $40 to $60. So that to me is a small, you know, and you can have up to 20 accounts, but start with one. That's what I did. You start with one, test it out. That's $40 to $60 risk that you're taking. We've risked way more than that in other ventures, I'm sure. So you take that $40 to $60 risk when you see that you're trading, you know, that they've paid you out and you've been okay and you've been good. Then you can say, okay, I can go and get some more accounts past the evaluation and boom, and go from there. You know, I think I was saying last night, I trade, you know, I'm in my past accounts trading. So I'm like, I trade 5 at a time. I don't trade all 10 of them because once you pass, they're just going to sit there. You got lifetime accounts. So you are in no rush to trade them. You're not getting any additional fees, nothing like that. They're there. So I could trade 1 at a time if I wanted to, you know, but I'm to the point where I trade 5 at a time. So that means that for each one of those accounts, I can take out $3,000 on the 15th and the 30th, you know, around that time at each one of those. So if I traded 5 accounts and I, you know, got above what the, you know, requirements were and all of that, I could literally take out 5 times 3, which is 15,000 twice a month. And that's the benefit of having multiple accounts. But you don't want to do that just because I did it. You want to do it based on your trading plan, your comfort level. You're not trading what I trade. You're trading what's comfortable for you. That's the difference between me and others. I want you to trade where you're comfortable because you need to trade when when you're not sitting up in front of me. Now, yeah, you can use this time. And of course, if you continue on with me, you can do that all you want. I'm not opposed to that either. You know, you can do the next year with me if that's what you want to do. But I'm just saying that I'm going to always teach in the manner where you are going to trade based on your trading plan, based on your comfort level, your comfort zone.
Amen.
Okay. Everybody good?
Thank you. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm good. I know you ain't eat yet, so I'm gonna make this question real quick. I'm gonna try to answer the question while asking the question at the same time. So you can go get your food. All right. So with Apex, I heard you say something when you was
go ahead.
Nah, oh my God. Yeah.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, I ain't say no name. I was talking about the video game. But whatever the people that you're referring to, or do they once you're in it, right? Once you're in it and you have an account with them,
You're in what?
once
you're in
they
what?
don't like whatever fee, like let's just say the 300K one, right? And you paid that fee. They don't charge you that monthly fee until that account is like dead, right?
Say it again. So no, what happens is
I get the monthly fee.
You get
Yeah, but
let me explain how that works. Okay. So what happens is you get the monthly fee because you need to build your confidence because you got this, Nina, and you be playing with it. That's why you get the monthly fee. I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Hey, y'all know I'm just
turn my camera off.
She ran. Don't run, Nina. Come on back, right?
So, but you guys, so what it is when how the person that I work with works is you have 30 days to pass the challenge without being charged the fee, right?
Oh.
So if you pass the challenge within 30 days, you will not get charged the monthly fee because once you go into the evaluation phase, the past phase, you leave out of the evaluation phase, they will automatically cancel that account. And if they don't, you can cancel it. It doesn't matter, but they will. Trust me, give it a day, they'll cancel it. So they will automatically cancel that account and you will have a past evaluation account, right? You'll have it'll say PA in front of all the letters and numbers, right? So you will not get charged that amount again, right? So let's just say you do the 30-day challenge with me. And for the next 30 trading days, we trade every day, community trading, and you're in the $300,000 account and we do $1,000 every day. It takes us 20 days to do it, right? 20 trading days. Hopefully we get that cutoff right there, but I believe we're going to do it before 20 days. But just to say, we do it 15 to 20 days. You will never get that fee. The only other fee you will get is the $85 lifetime fee, which at that point, your past evaluation is paid for lifetime. You don't have to pay it. You're done. It closes out that other account, and we're going to keep our past account, Jay. We're going to keep it. We're not going to lose it. So you have no more fees that you have to pay. So the goal is to pass that evaluation account before the 30 days. If not, they will charge you the monthly reset fee, which is between $35 to $50. Right now, and I think it's on sale, and it's at if you got in right now, and it's at $35, I believe.
Yeah.
And also another thing that I want you guys to know, if you fail the evaluation and it's early on in the month or in the days that, number of days that you bought the account, say you failed the evaluation in the first 5 days of the account, simply reset it. Don't pay the fee all over again. Pay the 35 or 50, whatever, the 35, I think it's 35 right now. First, you want to check and see what the reset fee is. If the reset fee is usually $35 to $40, pay that fee instead of paying for another account again, because it doesn't reset the monthly date, but you still got, if you did it at the 5th, you still got 25 days to pass. And you just tell me, hey, Denise, I did this, I had to reset my account, so I might have to make a little bit more than $1,000 each time. And you just know that. Or you might have to trade a little bit, instead of just doing one trade, you might have to trade twice, but you got to be, make sure you do them stiper entries. That's how that works. So you don't, you can just reset it and not pay, however, that's if it's less. That's if the reset fee is less than whatever the fee is that you paid for the account. Got that?
Got it.
Okay.
I got it. All right.
And then just, so that's that. But yeah, you only pay the monthly fee if you slow boat it.
Yeah.
Got it?
Noted. Thank you. See you tonight.
Thank you.
All right, see you guys tonight.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
That's nice.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.